Welcome to this video. The note concerns three meanings which can be expressed for a given noun and in Italian are described by three distinct forms which differ from each other only in the choice of the article used with the noun, that is, respectively, no article, definite article, indefinite article. These forms sometimes create a problem, particularly due to interference from English, where the respective forms are only partially distinguished from each other by the choice of the article, definite versus indefinite, and for the rest by the alternation of two words, as versus like. As usual, I will start from sentences that students said during conversation practice. Both sentences deal with the first meaning. The subject of the verb is what the noun describes, and as such, the original sentences. Come il padre, credo che la carriera di professoressa sia ottima. Come una professoressa, le è proibito bere alcol durante i viaggi di istruzione. These two sentences are grammatically correct, but I crossed out the articles because if they are used, the meaning of the sentences is not the intended one. The meaning which the students wanted to express comprises the fact that in the first case the speaker is a father in the context of the sentence, his family, and in the second sentence the person being spoken about is a professor in the context in which the mentioned rule applies. In other words, in the first sentence, the student means to say that being the father of the student who is choosing her university course of study, he has that opinion about a career as a professor. In the second sentence, the student means to say that the person being spoken about is prohibited from drinking alcohol because she is a professor. The relation between the subject and the person referred to by the noun is therefore the same, and both sentences miss to express it. Let's then see which form is used to express it in Italian. The modified sentences. To say that the subject of the verb is what the noun describes, the noun is used without an article. Come padre, credo che la carriera di professoressa sia ottima. Come professoressa, le è proibito bere alcol durante I viaggi di istruzione. Here the person is the logical subject, but not the grammatical subject. In these variants, without articles, the subject is presented as, respectively, a father and a professor. The form can be used with any referent, not just people. Here are some examples with non-human referents. Come cane da guardia è ottimo. Come fantasma non l'ho trovato un granché spaventoso. Come idea dell'amore era alquanto sanguinaria. Come sgabuzzino può andare, ma come camera da letto. Come dimostrazione non regge. The referent is respectively a dog, a ghost, a goddess, a room, and an abstract concept. The three meanings. Let's now broaden the discussion to all three meanings by presenting three sentences which express them. It is important to say that while in the sentences discussed in this note, both the subject and the referent of the noun are singular, either could very well be plural. Meaning 1. The person is an X in the context, no article. This meaning is the one we have already examined. The person is in the context of what the noun describes, that is, a daughter. Come figlia, Marta non era affettuosa. Meaning 2. The person is not that X, definite article. In this second case too, the meaning includes two components. The person is not the specific person described in the context by the combination of the noun with a definite article, il figlio. That is, in this case, that specific son. What the rest of the sentence describes applies both to the subject of the verb and to the person described by the structure, that specific son. Come il figlio, anche la moglie non era affettuosa. Meaning 3. The person is not an X in the context. Indefinite article. Here the meaning is that in the context, the subject of the sentence is not the person described by the noun, in this case a generic individual, una figlia, but has in common with that person what the rest of the sentence describes, a feeling for Marco. Marta vuole bene a Marco come una figlia. Let's conclude the video by listing the three forms and their respective meanings. Here below I use the forms il and un of the article, but everything I say is valid for any other form of the article, for example la and una. Come X bla bla, meaning in the context the person is an X, plus as such bla bla. Come il X bla bla, meaning the person is not that X, plus both the person and that X bla bla. Come un X bla bla, meaning in the context the person is not an X, plus both the person and any X bla bla. That's all. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.